All right, all right. All right, all right. We are live. Let me get my stuff out. All right, we're live. This thing is so cool. Thanks for joining. We are live. Got a bunch of old stuff. Check this thing out. This is kind of a loosey-goosey show tonight. This is Hey EJ, What'd You Find? I'm your host, EJ Parker, live from my vintage and antique store, aka my hot mess life. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to share these things with you all. This is a primitive. I brought a primitive into the bedroom. I bring antiques in the shower. Now we're doing primitives in the bedroom. Look out. Check this thing out. Let's start the show. So this is a primitive bucket. Hello, hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. A primitive bucket. Look at this thing. It's made of obviously metal, these rivets in the bottom. I've featured this a few times during the summer, and I had to feature it again because sometimes folks, they miss. I have a lot of videos, so look at this. And you can see the old white paint remnants. Collectors love the old white paint. Look at that. It's barely hanging on. I bought this thing on eBay late one night. It reminds me of like a top hat, right? Isn't that funny? Now, I got this. It was an antique dealer on the East Coast, like New England. So this is old school, right? The oldest stuff in America is from New England, right? As far as like colonial stuff, right? From Europe. So this I bought on eBay, and there wasn't that much detail. Now, and if you know, help me out. From what I've guesstimated for my research is that this is an old water well bucket, right? Why? Because you would tie a rope to that, and it's not going to come loose. You see how it's hand hammered? It's like wrought iron. And then you see this like elongated bottom rim. It's like a lip. That I think is for going down the well. It won't just totally destroy the bottom of the bucket. And it is kind of beat up on those sides. So then this has been tossed down a well for God knows how long. And the cool thing is it's wrought iron. So this is all hand hammered metal. Very unique. If I had to, it's hard to date these things. It's definitely 19th century, mid probably, give or take. At one point it was painted white though, so that's quite remarkable. Does it hold water? Yes, it does. It holds water. It holds water. Yeah, there's no leaks. I tested it. What else did I find? I found this shirt. I found this shirt at a thrift store. Check this out. This is the Virgin of Guadalupe. Look at this. This was like $3 or $4, and it's bedazzled with rhinestones. And there's a cherub at her feet. She's remarkable. So this apparition of the Virgin Mary came to this person named Juan Diego in 1531. near Mexico City in Mexico, present day like near present day Mexico City. And this apparition, she was responsible for converting over 9 million indigenous people to Christianity. That's remarkable. And I think Juan Diego became a saint. So this shirt was awesome. It caught my eye, like the gold. I think there's something on the back. I just found this. I bought this probably a year ago, and I put it in a drawer. And I just like found it. I'm like, yeah. So that's cool. I sell. Maybe you can tell. I buy and I sell. And I do have a collection of like faith and spiritual statuary. I just love the imagery of it. Artistic renderings, things like that. It's just gorgeous. I have to show you this now. This is my newest family member of the E.J. Parker Black Glass Bottle Collection. This thing is freaking awesome. Look at this thing. This glass is sick. What do I mean by sick? I mean, this thing is sick, but it's also sick. Sick is a term, it's like a collector's term for glass that has been buried underground, and you see just what happens. Minerals leach in and out of it, and it causes the glass to look like this. This is probably from the early 1800s. This was found in the ground in New Orleans. It's probably a champagne bottle, but it could have been used for beer or sparkling wine. Excuse me. But it's a gorgeous bottle. It's non-transparent. I brought this thing in the damn shower because, I wanted to clean it. Because I mean they're found on the ground. Usually it's a privy. Usually a privy is like a hole in the ground where people went to the bathroom and they threw their garbage. So bottle collectors like to find those because it's a treasure trove of stoneware, bottles, silverware, everything. It was a garbage dump, So, and by the time you find it, 200 years later, all the waste has been washed away pretty much. So, but I wanted just to clean it because I think it was a recent find from the way it looked. And the unique thing is when this bottle gets wet, I took it out in the snow for a contrast video, like this green versus the white snow, and it's simply amazing. It's in a few of my shorts. Check it out. But the cool thing is about this glass, where it's kind of magical, is once it gets wet, this white film disappears, and it becomes like a green, like foggy bottle. And then I thought, oh crap, did I wash all that stuff away? Because I want this stuff. Like I like this, right? It gives it character. And then once it dried, it came right back. So it's kind of funny that it does that. I love my bottles. Someone asked me today, hey EJ, why do you love these bottles so much? I said, I don't know. All right. Moving along, I found these plastic cherubs. What up? What I found today, I'm a professional antique and vintage dealer. I'm your host, EJ Parker. I find these quite often. These are blow molded plastic cherubs and angels. These are great because they're fun for repurposing, not just for Christmas, but for like Valentine's Day, right? Make like a 3-dimensional card or some kind of art installation. Look at cherubs in the ocean. Look at that. It's like a mermaid, like a mer cherub, right? So these are really cool. And they're always affordable. And they come in different varieties and different states of realism. I like this one. I found these today. I love how it's like just over the top gold gilded sparkle, but it's on plastic, right? It probably cost excuse me, 1 cent to produce, if that. But it just looks so grandiose. And I always say we live in the plastic era. I think it could be the glass era, but just plastics everywhere. You know what I mean? And these are gorgeous. I love these. I have these on the wall behind me. I think I have these in my eBay store right now, actually in the package for sale, for what that's worth. So these are good. These are fun for repurposing. These plastic cherubs. I love these things. And again, you can find these out thrift stores, any kind of bargain barn place. All right, now these are great. Check this out. I found these earlier today. These are awesome. I love these. Vintage Valentine cards. Will you be my Valentine? Here at Vintage Classic Solutions, we love this classic aesthetic. Look at these colors. Oh man, come on. These are great. I love these. Let's see. Guess I'm gonna put my foot in it, Valentine. But here goes. You're my sole desire. That's awesome. Made in the USA. Look at that. How cool is that? This is mid 20th century. I found these today out at a thrift store. This one is unsigned. So that one didn't have a Valentine. But that's just great. That's the old school aesthetic. Mid 20th century, I'm going to say. Maybe 40s. I don't see a date. This one is signed. Look at that. These are awesome. You should just go out and collect these because when you need them, you'll be so happy you have them. When you're making like some kind of collage or making your own Valentine's Day card, these are so much fun to have. Let's see, what is this one? Valentine. I'll bet you were a beautiful baby. Because, baby, you're wonderful now. That's so funny. It's like Betty Boop. Made in the USA. Billy. Look at that. I love it. Let's see what else. I have more of these somewhere. I always try to build a collection. I just always misplace them. A pirate. I love pirate stuff. Let's see. Dear Valentine, I'm digging for your love. And you got a little pirate digging away. I don't see any bottles there. It's got a nice lantern. It's like probably a early 19th century lantern, right? AmeriCard, made in the USA, P201, Eleanor. That's great. Look at that. We love pirates here at Vintage Classic Solutions. I feature some pirates that are marooned on White Sand Island. And these pirates, if you watch my videos, they find some amazing antique bottles. And they're quite knowledgeable for marooned pirates. Let me tell you. Let's see what else we got. I'm just a gay blade. Kitten along to be your Valentine. Old school. That was like the 1930s. There's no dates on these. I always date my cards. I don't know about you, but I date everything. I don't know. I'm just worried about coming like lost to history. I date everything. But it's useful, isn't it? You know where you were and it helps you kind of build a reference. I don't know. This is signed. I believe this has like a little, oh yeah, it can stand. Check it out. What else we got? Is that the last of the Valentines? I have more somewhere. I got this also. These are awesome. This screams mid 20th century, right? Look at this. Futurism. Some fantasy stuff. Easy Street, a guide to better living with your Lindsay automatic water softener. That's so awesome. It's got that like that 1950s texture paper. Oh heck yeah! Look at that graphics. So, for those of you who are aspiring vintage and antique dealers, do it. These things, don't pass these up because people buy these. They need these. They collect these. They may be building a reference or they may own this machine. This is awesome. This is gorgeous. I mean, they may be into advertising. These things sell. I once walked into a small, I wouldn't say gold mine, maybe it was more of a copper mine. At an antique store, I ran into, and I think I still have a few left, Heisey glass, and it's a catalog of their cut glassware. I think I have one or two over there from like the 1950s, and it describes all the styles. So if you're a certain kind of glass collector, this is just what you need because it has all the styles listed and all the names, and I'm sure there's some dates in there too. So it's a great reference for collectors, and I got, I think, like 8 of them for like maybe $20. And the elderly lady behind the register knew. She's like, "Oh, this is great." You know, she knew it because it's a great reference, and I've sold them all. I don't ask too much. I think I ask like $20 each, give or take. But they're rare and desirable because to collectors, those are really important. And I think I have a few left. But my point is, if you're looking to resell stuff, don't walk by these old, mid 20th century guidebooks for maintenance or repair, or like pamphlets, this kind of stuff. There's collectors looking for this stuff, and it crosses over. Again, like, advertising. Maybe someone's father worked for this company. These things always sell, trust me. And sometimes the smaller the company, the better. Let me get my coffee going. It's getting cold. I like hot coffee and I like iced coffee, but I hate hot coffee that's gone cold. Come on. It's horrible. So, I need to, I just got this today, so I don't know if there's more like this online to compare it with on eBay. I've been busy on eBay selling a lot. I sell full time on eBay and I do some Etsy. I sold one of my handmade pieces called a Fugio Devil. If you know my channel, I feature them a lot during the summer. They're red devils that I handmade. They're like memento moris, reminders that our time on Earth is fleeting. So get busy doing what you love. I sold one last night. Last night was an epic win. Because I was feeling sick and it's cold out and something else was happening. I forget what else. And then I won a bottle. Another bottle's coming my way on eBay. It's a gorgeous freaking piece of glass from 1740. It's a pharmaceutical bottle. Oh my God. It's a smaller one. It's rare. I got it for like $200 and change. I'm gonna draw it. I wanted this thing bad. I wasn't gonna lose this bottle. Hot damn! So I got it. So I was happy about that. And then I got a message through eBay saying, "Hey, are you the seller of those red devils, Future Devils on Etsy? Because I bought it like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and is that gonna ship soon?" And I was like, "Oh my God!" I printed the label immediately. For some reason, my Etsy notifications weren't turned on, or something, because Etsy's got a lot of analytics about who visits your site and how often and where they came from and where they're going. But why the hell, like, do I not know when I get a sale? Like on eBay, the second I get a sale done, I know. So I'm a little bit mad at Etsy. So my buyer was really cool, and thank you so much if you're watching. They were cool, like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I shipped it this morning. Priority is gone." I packed it just live this morning. So that was great news though. Like I was like, because when you make something, like when you're making a piece of art or music or literature or whatever, some kind of creative work, you really have to get lost in it. You can't worry about the end game. I think you can't worry about who's going to buy it or how much I'm going to sell it for or how am I going to market it, or how, like, because what I do for a living is I sell vintage and antique items, and that includes art. You see the art around me. So I have to market that with some thought behind it. I can't just say, "This is a piece of art. It's for sale. It's for sale. It's 24 by 36." You have to say, no, you have to be like, okay, this is a contemporary, naive work. It's acrylic. It's prepared acrylic. I mean, you have to give adjectives because collectors need that, and that's what you're selling to. So where was I going with that? So when it comes to reselling, you have to the more genres. I think it boils down to the genres. The more genres the more money you're gonna make. That's what it boils down to. I'm a professional. Trust me. This is a loosey-goosey show. I'm your host, EJ Parker. Let's see what's else in the bag. I distract myself sometimes. This is awesome. So this, what the hell is this? If you see one of these out in the wild and it's like under $10, get it. This is a distortion pedal. This is actually the same kind that Kurt Cobain used in the band Nirvana. Ever hear of them? This is, you plug it, a cable into this, a cable into that, and then your guitar, and then one into an amp. And these are your knobs for different tones. And this makes your guitar sound distorted. This is the DS1 made by Boss. Boss is a famous Japanese company. Their pedals were then later made in Taiwan and I believe in China. So this is not the first series. I think this is the second series. There's like forums dedicated to this pedal. I'm a bass player personally, but this is great to have. I found this at a flea market for guess how much? $1. You know what you do? You know what the trick is? You know what the trick is? You want a professional tip of a professional vintage and antique dealer? You ask first. You say, "Hey, how much is this?" It's $1. Because I would have been like, "Hey, $15, $10." You know what I mean? Because it's probably worth. I mean, even if it's broken, you can fix it. You know, it's worth more than $1. So if I would have been like $10, he would have said yeah. But I asked first. He said $1. I said okay. I think I haven't tested it yet though. I gotta like this is like rust on it, but it looks awesome. But this is like an iconic pedal, by the way. So when I found that, I was like, get the hell out. Even if it doesn't work, it's sweet. Look at that orange, obnoxious. I think orange is the color of what the hell is it? I always forget. Not integrity, not gumption, not motivation. What adjective am I looking for? Did I have too much cold medicine? Not. Yeah, orange is the color of. Because it's my favorite color right now. Orange is my favorite color. It's the color of. I'm staring at something orange right now, trying to think. I have a pumpkin over there. What is it the color of? It'll come to me. All right, so let's. What else I got in here? Let's move along, shall we? So in this book, in this box, is a book. And I find these from time to time and I sell them, and some sell for a lot of money. So keep your eyes open for these if you're a vintage and antique dealer. This is oh man, I just made a discovery. Whoa, so this is, and I'll share what I just found. I don't even know what I found. This could be a big deal. Maybe not. This is a Mormon Bible, or a Mason Bible. I've sold these for around $100 if they're old enough. And for my research, a Masonic Bible is pretty much your typical Bible. It's got the New Testament. Let me double check. But there's just the only thing that differs is there's like a preface, I believe, a foreword, Tabernacle, Temple of Solomon. So my point is, don't overlook these when you're out, because these, I'm trying to look for a date. The World Publishing Company, Cleveland and New York, contains Old and New Testaments. That's what I'm looking for. Authorized King James Version, the Great Light of Masonry. Is there a date? I'm a date guy. I need a date. Give me a date. Come on. Oh, wow, it's published in Cleveland. World Publishing Company, Cleveland. There's gotta be a date. So it's handwritten 1957. So this is a leather bound. It's gold on the sides. These are things I haven't researched yet. I will. This is like, hey EJ, what'd you find? Not what'd you research. This is another thing. So when you find box Bibles, some could be really nice. I think I sold an Oxford Bible in red, like Moroccan red. That was like, I think $100, give or take, around that price point. So these Bibles can be quite valuable. Now let's see what I just found. Check this out. Look at this. There's some documents in here. I just got this from a barn about a week ago, or no, like a month ago, and I have so much stuff in my garage, in my shop. Things get buried, and I have to reorganize. I'm like, oh my god, I'll like pick myself. I'm like, I just found something. So this is what happened. What is this? Selective Service System. Oh wow, registration certificate. This guy named Joe from Bedford, Ohio. It's about 25 minutes south of where I am right now. 1951. Law requires you to have this card in your possession at all times for identification. Wow. Wow. What else is in here? This is Discovery live on YouTube. Armed Forces Liberty Pass. Oh wow. Check that out. Just found this stuff in a Mason Bible that I found in a barn. This is mid 20th century. Is there a Mickey Mantle rookie in here? If there's a Mickey Mantle rookie in here, I'm gonna freak out live on YouTube. It's gonna be awesome. Mickey Mantle rookie. Come on. Come on, Mickey Mantle rookie. Oh, everyone's leaving. Come on, Mickey Mantle rookie. This is where you're gonna find it. You're gonna find the Mickey Mantle rookie in a box like this. What is this? Coast Guard. This guy was tall, 6 foot, 6.5. 127 pounds. Well, he was skinny. This guy was tall and skinny. Is there a Mickey Mantle rookie in this? I just discovered these documents in this Bible. There's a black and white photo. This could be the gentleman's Bible. Let's see. I love when I discover things like this. This is awesome. This is just a pamphlet on how to care for your Bible. This came with, this is a Masonic Bible. Let's see what else we got. Black and white photo. What else we got in here? What is this? Oh, this is cool. Pontchartrain. USCGC Lake Pontchartrain. Ship. And then there's a cutout. This is awesome. This is a nice little discovery. I can put it right there on the beach. And there they'll live happily forever. I think it looks better like this. Like on a dune. I gotta find something. What do I have for this? I need a solution. I think it'll look really good like that, right? A couple on the beach. I don't think standing. I think they gotta be like that. I need some kind of like sticky tack or something. I had some sticky tack, but it lost this sticky. So it just became like, I don't know, I need something to stick it. I gotta find something. I'm gonna put that there. I gotta remember to do that. Alright, so that was cool. What else we got? Wow, that was awesome. I hope I get that live. A little mini discovery. I'm your host, EJ Parker, live at Vintage Classic Solutions, my vintage and antique store. Cool. Masonic Bible. What else we got? I found this. Check this out. This, I found it at an antique mall. This is great for a lot of reasons. TV fights. This is, what year is this? 1954. Come on. These great boxing graphics. Wrestling. Who's who in boxing. Bam. Mid-century. Yeah, that's cool. 1954. I found this at a local antique mall. Sometimes there's really cool photos in here. You never know. All right, let's see what else. There's more, don't worry. This book, let me get this thing out of here. If you like old books, this book is interesting. Ohio Centennial Report. So this is a book that describes, I bought this book for a reason, for a specific reason. Let me just tell you the reason why I bought it. There's a lot of Native American history in here. The book is not completely dedicated to that, but it's kind of like the state of Ohio in the year, what is it, 18 something or other, 1876, 1877, pardon me. It's like a final report of various things in the state. And part of that is archaeology. There's horticulture, things like that. It's kind of like a World's Fair or like a state fair book almost. There's cool imagery. Mid-late 19th century. And it's awesome because there's some really nice information about Native American artifacts, and these are the folks who were some of the first ones to find it, like the first Europeans. So they found the things as they were in their natural state, you know what I mean? As opposed to a textbook written in 2015 or whatever. So I think there's some value to that, right? I think how is, recorded as found almost. But there's just the illustrations are very useful because if you find one of these things out in the wild, in a stream, now you might know what it is. What are these? Shutter form stones from northern Ohio. So this is how you train your eye. Quartz pestle for grinding. So, if you don't know what you're looking for, you'll never find it. But looking at books like this and seeing these shapes, that's how you train your eye. Let me see what else is in here. Like these things. Look at this. Badges or wands. Some of these things, I think that the exact use is unknown still. But imagine finding something like that. If I found something like this in a stream, I wouldn't believe it. I would think this has got to be contemporary. You know what I mean? Look at this. Imagine finding something like that. That's remarkable. There's even some skulls from different mounds. Very interesting. This is from 1877. Hey, Sketches and Threads, what's up? This is a book. Look at this. These are found. This is like northern Ohio, Native American stone effigies. Can you imagine finding one of these? Yeah. This is kind of like a state fair book of Ohio from 1877 where they assessed like horticulture and things like that. And this is the archaeological part. And it's just amazing. Some of this stuff is quite near where I live. So it's like if I'm out on a stream and I found something like this, I would freak out. I'd go live and I'd be like, I'd start talking in tongues. I'd be so happy. That's it. So this is an amazing book. It's just how it helps me train my eye so I know what I'm looking for. What'd you miss? Sketches and Threads, some vintage Valentine's cards. These are awesome. I gotta feature these some more. Those are really fun. I have some more. God knows where they're at. And they can look really ornate. Those things can look gorgeous. Some of the old ones, they really strike a chord of gorgeous, otherworldly, just like cherubs and pinks and reds. Oh man, it's cool. What else do I got to share? I got more. Don't worry. I got a ton of stuff. Find something good. I gotta share this. I'm not sure if I shared it before. This is a very interesting bottle. Look at this. This is a beer bottle that was found in the ocean off the coast of Jamaica. Look at this thing. Look at this. It doesn't sit upright, or it's off kilter, or it's asymmetrical. Look at this thing. It's like a Dr. Seuss bottle. I love this thing. And you see that with that white patina? That's from yeah, natural, right? Yeah, I've had people like guess at how it happened. I mean, I don't really know. It's fun to speculate. The shapes, I mean, the color is from being underwater. Is from under, like you see that briny look, and how it's called micro scratches from just being in the silt and the sand. It's like a fine polish, so it's no longer transparent. Because when this was new, this is probably from like 18. There's a website devoted to these. But I'm not a beer bottle collector, so I collect like utility bottles, kind of like this, that were meant to be reused, kind of like. But I had to get this because it's just so, yeah, like a satin finish. Yes, exactly, or like a matte satin. Yeah, exactly. I love that kind of look. So just enough light can get through it. So if I want to draw it or just hold it up to the sun, because in the summertime, and I do this regardless of if I had YouTube or not. I'm always up very early before the sun, and then when the sun breaks over my fence, so when the sun rises in the east, it comes over the fence and the horizon, and I hold up bottles, and then once the sun hits it, I feel like it just amplifies the glass. It's the same thing as like having an electric guitar and then plugging it into an amplifier. It just all of a sudden it becomes alive, and the glass just pops. So that's why I like it. I like that satin or that matte finish, like Sketches and Threads said. Why it's shaped like this? I mean, I think my guess is that it was hastily made. It was made quickly in a bottling plant, and then that was it. And like didn't have time to cool properly, because it was made. This is an applied. I think it's blown in a mold. I see a seam, so it's blown in a mold, and it's got an applied lip. So it's like a blob top out. So there's a mold blown inside, and then after that, at some point they put this blob on the top, and then they cork it or whatever. And you can see, I mean, there's irregularities all over the place, and that's why I loved it. And again, I don't buy beer bottles. This is the only one, I mean, that I pursued because it's just so unique. If I ever did a giveaway, like I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to do a giveaway. I said that when I got like 300 subscribers, and I believe me, I haven't forgotten about it. But I want to be really thoughtful about it. I don't want to just give away like, hey, here's a whatever. I want it to be thoughtful. And believe me, once I find the things that I want to give away, I'll do it. And it'll be really fun. It might be like a vintage Classic Solutions starter pack, like a vintage rubber toy car, a black glass bottle, things that I love that have ignited my passion that maybe I want to share with you, no matter where you are in the world. I would send that out to you. So that's gonna happen. I just gotta find, like, I don't know, a couple more things. I'm very, when I give gifts, like, I just paint myself into a corner. I'm just like, so like, I think I like overdo it. I try to like go above and beyond somehow. I always feel like I fail at that gift thing. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm gonna do that. Don't worry. That's gonna happen. What else do we got? We got more. Don't worry. This is awesome though, and I have things coming. I have things on the way that are gonna be really fun to share once I get those in the mail. It's kind of up and down now with the holidays. You gotta wait. Now let's talk toy trains for a second. This has been featured today in a short. This thing's awesome. This was my father's train. This is a 1950. There's so many dates now, I forget. 52, Lionel Erie PA FA diesel engine. Look at this thing. Now there's two. Hold on now. Let me show you what I mean by that. are 2 units. These are sold together. Let me see if I can. And one is a dummy unit. This one. This is the dummy unit, meaning there's just no engine, there's no motor, the diesel. So this one would be pulled, or it doesn't really matter. This can go first, or you can pull it. Doesn't matter. Now there's the pickups for the light. There is a light inside this, and then this one has a motor. It's way heavier. The motor's in the front. So these 4 wheels drive the whole train essentially. These just follow. These are just dummy wheels. But this is where it picks up the current from the middle track. It feeds it by a wire into the motor. And there's also magnets. It's magnetic traction called magnet traction, which really works. It's not a gimmick. If you put a metal track under this train and pick it up, it'll stick to it. So what does that do? It helps it stick to the track, and it lets it pull more, and it keeps it from falling off. So you can go around the corners faster. Yeah. Talking about what? Let's see. I'm trying to get back to my comments. Yeah, I'm reading sketches and threads. The light, it's amazing. And they're all in my videos. You can watch them because these bottles, it feels like I'm holding a glowing orb. I have this one right here. This is my most famous bottle now. Where is it? This bottle, I did a YouTube short that has 15,900 views. It's almost got 16,000 views. My most viewed video. This bottle is my most famous object on YouTube. This is a case gin bottle from around probably 1780, give or take. I'm always more concerned. I gotta take my rings off. I'm going into glass zone. The rings come off. Gotta check myself before I wreck myself. Professional vintage and antique dealer. Can't screw this up. All right, so this bottle is my most famous bottle. This thing, after this video, this live stream, just go really quick to my shorts and watch this. There's a video. It's kind of far down from the summer. This thing glows like a freaking possessed orb. It's like. It's amber, it's yellow, but as you can see now, it's kind of muddy, it's dark, like a prune. I love these colors. It's like a prune, black, and then it's like a ghostly, sickly, freaking out, like Edgar Allan Poe green or something, and then it's called a pig snout. It looks like a pig nose, right? Isn't that cute? You put the cork in there, bang. So this is what I feature on White Sand Island. I'm a pirate walking around White Sand Island, and this is the bottle I find. It looks great in the snow too. But this bottle in the sun illuminates like an orb from a different planet. Let me catch up with this. Aw, you said you found a train at a store. You knew it was because of me? Oh, wow, that's not good. Cool. Well, you didn't. I spotted some of them at my local antique store, but I didn't purchase it because of you. I knew what it was. That's so funny. Thank you. I'm happy. The ones I saw were lightweight, so I guess no more present. Well, yeah, check out the glowing bottle. It's amazing. So I don't know. I don't know what you saw. The good thing about if it's a Lionel train from like the 40s or 50s, like an engine, you can fix those because there's a lot of great videos on YouTube that will just show you how to step by step how to fix it. I mean, all you need is YouTube and eBay to pretty much conquer the world. Because whenever you learn on YouTube, you can buy the parts on eBay. You know what I mean? Like seriously, this bottle feels so good. I love it. I mean that for real though. You watch a video on how to fix a train. You go to your antique store. Train doesn't work. Don't panic. What? Does someone has a video on YouTube probably dedicated to that exact engine, and then someone probably on eBay has a store dedicated to it. Probably the same person that has a video. Seriously, and that's how I fixed some of those trains. You just don't panic. You know what I mean? Just never panic. If it's a Lionel train, if it's some other kind of brand, there may be panic involved. I don't know. I don't know any other brand except these post World War II Lionel trains. Wow, that sounds good and it resonates. This bottle has me freaking hypnotized. Talk about micro scratches. It's just from in the cross. Look at that. I'm trying to figure out what this means. This cross. This is a pontil, part of the production process. But you can clearly see there's a cross there. And I've seen it before in other bottles of this design, but I'm not sure why it is like that. If this bottle ever breaks, I'll cry. I'll go live and you'll see me sob on the ground like a baby. I love this damn thing. It's just so cute. It's so gorgeous. 1780, give or take. It could be even early. This could be 1740. Now I did a video about why these gin bottles are shaped like this. Because why, right? Why? Let's think about this for a minute. I had to think about it for a minute. This is turning into a bottle lesson. So be it. So this bottle is from 1740. Okay, well, so is this one, for the sake of argument. So wait a minute, EJ. Why is this bottle shaped so much differently than this bottle? So I did research, and this is what happens. This is why. So this bottle was made for transportation of a product called gin, for transporting the product. This bottle is a utility bottle made for consuming, meant to be reused. So this was designed to be put in a case. That's why it's called a case gin bottle. You see the shape? It's square, so you can pack as many of these bottles closely together without wasting any extra space. If you have a round bottle, you're going to be wasting a lot of space, right, on an old wooden ship. So when it comes to making money, merchants, necessity is like the mother of invention, right? Or there's other ways to say that. You're going to figure out the best way to make the most money. You're just going to figure it out no matter what. And this is what they figured out. So this is what brought gin all around the world, like Dutch, English. They loaded up ships full of these gorgeous bottles meant for distributing. Because look at it wouldn't be used. It could be, of course, but as a utilitarian bottle, it doesn't make sense. Look at the design. It's so top heavy. Look at it. It's on these 4 stilts. It doesn't even sit on. Look at this. You see the daylight at the bottom? I love it, and that's why I love this bottle. But it's not very practical. That feels good, like a massage. But I can do antique bottle massage. It's a new genre. Oh man, that feels good. It does feel good. Massage by 200 years of sand. But I'm so silly. Jeez Louise. But yeah, so this bottle was meant to be reused until it was broken. This dates from around 1750, again, give or take. But this was, you would go get this filled up with, I mean, you would buy this with rum in it, and then once it was empty, you would take this to wherever and have it refilled until it broke. This one was found, I gotta be careful now. This one was found in the ground in Florida, in Key West. So we're talking like pirate zone, you know what I mean? So when I bought, I mean, you can't, it's always risky, in my opinion, like giving an exact date on a recorded video, because you can always come back and do research and discover it's later or earlier, but that's half the fun, you know what I mean? But my channel is like a blog of my life. It's not like a final product. I'm always learning. So if I learn something new, I'll share it with you. I'm not trying to deceive anyone. You know what I mean? It's always like, if I rediscover a new fact about a bottle, I'll share it. It's not like I'm trying to, hide something. You know what I mean? Or trick someone. It's just because I'm learning new facts, or I found new reference material, or I've discovered fellow collectors who have been in the hobby longer than I have. So it's a lifelong pursuit, and I encourage you to find something that you love. And that could be ballet, it could be engineering, anything. But just find something, because when you find that passion, it'll get you through the hard times in your life. It'll give you like a light at the end of the tunnel to keep you focused. Because in life, there's going to be some hard times. There's going to be good times too, trust me. There's going to be great times. But having a passion and a dream and a desire all wrapped up in one is a good thing to have, because you'll never obtain it, but you always get closer to it. Like if you're a musician, you never master music, but it's a passion. It's like being a kung fu master. You never master the martial arts, but you just get really good at it, and then you're always pursuing it until you die, right? So that's what antique and vintage is an outlet for me as well. I also do music full time and professionally, but I have other creative outlets and pursuits, and this is what you're seeing right now. And for some damn reason, these bottles speak to me like, I don't know. People act like, EJ, why do you love these bottles so much? I don't know. I draw them, I talk about them, obviously. So, but this is my most famous bottle. So when I die, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the most valuable EJ Parker bottle. Hopefully I don't die for a long time, but someone else is gonna get this. I have to realize the fact that I'm just a steward of these frozen pieces of time, these black glass beauties, right? These will belong to someone else one day. Today I realized that. I'm like, oh man, I spend a lot of time in thrift stores. I'm a full-time vintage and antique dealer, and that involves finding things all around. And I spend a lot of times in thrift stores every day. You never know what you'll find. And I found today, what I found at a thrift store? I found a plastic cherub and an axe, and it cost me $3. I love thrift stores. You never know what you'll find. Oh man, it's cold's killing me. But this bottle, speaking of thrift stores, let me show you this. The first one I found. Oh yeah. So I thought about these, these bottles. I'm just a steward, because everything you own will eventually end up in a thrift store, as depressing as that sounds. Because when you die, all your crap's going to go to someone that doesn't want it. They're going to be like, Goodwill. I found this beauty at a thrift store. This is a gorgeous black glass case gin bottle. A little bit later, probably, I don't know, 1860s. You can see it's got a crude lip at the top, a blob of molten glass. This one doesn't have those. It still has these stilt feet, but they're not as pronounced as the earlier ones. Quite remarkable. This was blown in a mold, like a dip mold. They blew it in and they pulled it out and they applied that ring of glass for your cork. And again, this is a case gin bottle, so it fits snugly into a case for transportation. Boom. So that one I found at a thrift store for, I think, about $4, and that's the one that's responsible for me getting into black glass. That's what ignited my passion. I found that one about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, "Wow, what is this?" And the rest is history. And this one I discovered off the coast of eBay late one night in a storm. That looks like an eye, doesn't it? Is that just me, or do you see an eye there? Eyeball. Bam. So yeah, I have more bottles coming in the mail, and I don't know. I have to kind of put the brakes on, because I gotta buy food and that stuff. But it's bottles, you know what I mean? It's just bottles. You gotta get them, because if you don't get it, someone else is gonna get it, and then you screw it up. Because this is what gets me all the time with bottles. It's like, you find a bottle online that you love, and it's like, all right, if it's under $50, you get it. If it's like $300, like, oh man, what am I gonna do? If it's an auction, because I can't spend more than like $150 on a bottle. I spent like $220 on a bottle last night, but I had eBay money in my account to like shift around. But I couldn't let it go because it was too unique of a bottle. And believe me, you'll be seeing it. It's a pharmaceutical bottle from like 1740. It's green. Oh man, it's so pretty. It's gnarly. Anyhow, so now I'm doing research about what was kept in this bottle, like what kind of like tonics and elixirs and kind of weird stuff from like the 1740s and 50s. What I want to get, see, this is why I have no time. This is why I have no money. Now I wanted to get a book. I found the book. It's from 1750, and it's called, oh, what the hell is it called? Something. It's a book like it's the medical book of medicine from the mid 1700s, and it tells you how to make the medicine. So it's like if you were in a, if you what is it, a apothecary, like in the Midwest in like 1840 in Ohio, you would have this book as your reference to make your whatever, your stomach medicine or your whatever you were making for your clients. It was like the go-to book. So whatever was kept in this bottle was probably, you know, in one of those recipes in this book. So I thought it'd be interesting to have the book, but antiquarian books is dangerous for E.J. Parker because I had a bad case of bibliomania over the summer. And man, let me tell you, it's expensive. Bibliomania is no joke, folks. There's a few YouTube videos about bibliomania. It's like when you get book crazy about antiquarian books, and it's been documented throughout history. You know, people coming down with bibliomania. Man, I got some great books though, and you'll see those. But books, it's an that is a even more awesome responsibility than I think glass owning because you got to read the books, and there's something like the printing history and the book binding and the vellum. There's so much to it, and then like the literature inside it. Oh man, that's why I mean, I think I bought like 8 of them, or maybe like 7 antiquarian books, and it costs a lot of money, but they're worth it, and they'll go up in value. And I know how to sell them when I want, but I don't want to sell them. I want to research them. Some are theological, some are like scientific, so it's quite interesting. But and I want to feature them on my channel, but it's kind of hard because they're really fragile. They're so old, so I gotta figure out how to position my phone to where I'm not damaging the book. You know what I mean? I don't know, but those are very, very interesting and very historic. On many levels. So that's those things I'm kind of in awe of, and I get high off history. I really do. It's like this book in front of me is like from 1515. Oh my God! Like like Columbus just like crossed the ocean. Like just so much like, and like what happened? Like this book was printed before so much happened. So that's the kind of stuff that really gets me going. Maybe if it's you too, you're in the right spot. Go ahead and subscribe. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I just love antique and vintage. That's all it is. It's just like the uniqueness of it. It just gets me every time. And this bottle just, come on, that's so unique. You can definitely tell it was laying on this side for 200 years because that's where it settled. And being found in New Orleans, ground, I'm sure it has some unique minerals. It's so, you know, it's like close to the ocean. So this, you see the results. Gorgeous antique champagne type bottle. I say type because my research told me that these bottles were also used for beer and like sparkling wine. How do they know that? Because there were some forts discovered in New Orleans, like military forts, where they found a ton of these. Where like a luxury good. These would have been from France or from England. But a luxury good like champagne wouldn't have been consumed in that quantity in a military fort. So they think it was like a beer bottle. And they also found actual ads of these type bottles with a beer label. So I can't guarantee it was champagne, but could have been. What's next for the channel? I gotta get this cold. I hate being sick because when you talk a lot, that's the problem. Like when I'm playing bass in a band, if I have a head cold, it doesn't matter. I'm playing bass. But when I'm talking, it's like it just bugs me. So I want to get that cold cleared up. I have things coming in the mail that I need to study and share with all you, and of course find some more stuff. But I need to probably eat something. But I want to thank you, Bibliomania, buying more books than you can read. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Okay, good. You see the eye too? All right. Thank you, Sketches and Threads. I'm happy you see that. Yeah, you declare collections finish to save money. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I should do that. I should start being more declarative. Like I declare this. Maybe that's what I gotta do. Because otherwise I'll just keep. Because what happens to me, Sketches and Threads, is this: I'll keep going into like I want to find an older one, or like with bottles, like oh I want to find an older one, but it's gonna cost more unless you get really lucky. But then you need to be aware of what the older one looks like. Well, so you do research, and the more you research, like the more rabbit holes you get into, but which is fun. I don't watch TV, so this is what I do for my entertainment. I never thought about declaring something complete. Well, you blew my mind. Yeah, that is the only way I can stop myself because I will convince myself that I have to have it. I guess you're right. I think unless maybe I do it 'cause if I have a set, like okay, I'm gonna build a set of this, then I can kind of control myself unless I want to upgrade. Do you do that? Like, oh, I have a set of, vintage candles or whatever. Oh, I found a better one. I gotta buy it, and then now I have 3. Well, I better sell one. I mean, well, if I sell that one, what if, someone wants one as a gift? Then I got stuff. But then, as an antique and vintage dealer, I also realized though, and being a YouTube creator, that I have to have antiques to show and tell. It's kind of like being a magician and not having any tricks. If I sell all the good stuff all the time, then yes, I have money, which is good, but I have nothing to kind of show. Or go back to and reference. So you can have it and feature it and sell it, but then when you want to compare it, it's gone. And that's not fun, because that happens a lot. When I'm like, oh, why did I sell that? Because now I could use it in the set and show the comparison on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. But then I need money, because I got to eat, right? Oh, yeah, so back to the set thing. So if it's like an 80s toy like Mad Balls, where there's like, I have like 12 or whatever. Okay, I can buy that. Then I'm done. My foam pumpkins. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that. I guess like you, Sketches and Threads. Once I have a set, then I'm done. I might upgrade, but then I'm done. But then you get the upgrades. Like, oh, do I want to upgrade with like the tagged one, or do I not? You know what I mean? But it's the fun part. But yeah, you gotta check yourself. You're right. And then, I'm going to sell all this stuff. Hopefully, I can time it before I die where I can sell this stuff. But that's going to be hard. I can't see the future. If I live to be 80, around the time I'm 70, maybe, I'll be like, oh, let me start selling some stuff. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just have it just buried with me. We'll wait and see. But anyhow, Sketches and Threads, it's always great talking to you. I'm going to eat, but stay tuned. There'll be a lot more. So as always, thanks for checking in, and have a great night.